Hello, 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 and welcome to Survivor Debrief. My name's Eden Porter, the unlucky loser from Survivor Titans vs Rebels. And with me, as always, is my comedic partner and real-life brother, Josh Porter. Josh, how you going?
I'm good. I've avoided any snake bites this week, so that is good for me.
Fantastic. I have had heaps of snake bites. The shots,
Been a week
Josh.
of sea crates.
Oh, sea crates. Sea crates, as far as the eye can see.
Very good.
Very good, very good. Let's get down to brass tacks, okay, Josh? Episode 3 is in the books. And can I just give an overall note right at the start? It's not great when your first 3 episodes, you lose 4 people from one tribe.
But isn't that good? That's probably going to be good storytelling, right?
Well,
you feel like definitely
you bloody well hope
they're going to go
mate.
far, right? You don't just keep wiping them out.
Well, there was one line that sort of piqued my interest where someone said, yeah, it's going to be red versus yellow. Like,
yes.
Someone said that.
Foreshadowing, do you think? Or...
Yeah, and then it's going to be, okay, which side are the blue guys going to go to? And that's going to be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny, though, if they just like, no, let's just wipe it. It's too depressing. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of the last 2.
It's too depressing to see their faces.
Like, we want to be able to celebrate when we win. This sucks. Like,
that was
get
weird.
rid of them out of the
that
game?
was so weird. But let's rewind a bit back to the start. So,
yes,
picking up, we'll go to blue straight up. So blue, we're down to 4. Every time there's a 4, it's always a core 4.
Core 4.
It's always a core 4. When I was on the island, we had a core 4 for a minute. It just naturally comes out. Oh, who's the core 4? We've got 5. But who's the core 4? That's what you want to know about.
We can all have 5s. We've got 5s for days.
I've got 5s coming out the wazoo,
4?
mate. But it's the core 4. But I just want to touch on Jeremiah's laugh. And his laugh has got a lot of feedback this week. It is the most unhinged laugh. Like he's
psychotic kind of.
Like it's really quite Joker.
Well, they had that because that was in the little thing against Annie from last week, and it was like this. They didn't really give you the context. It was just like, oh, here's a great moment of him maniacally laughing.
I think they saw the socials, they saw the feedback, and they're like, we got to get more of that laugh in. We got to get it in again because we know he goes home this week. But on the whole, Blues down in the dumps. They're psychologically out and about.
We heard the lovable losers. I think it's great to hear like 6 days.
Did you say it's great to hear?
Thank you.
Yeah.
2 here. Sorry, that deserves a. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So to think, like they are the lovable losers, and 6 days, no fire, no food. Like that is crazy to think they're sustaining themselves with like none of that stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is beyond a joke now, and this is where I think the new era is. I'm going to say it flawed, because we see the disaster tribe way too often where they and part of it is they don't have fire. Like they don't have fire.
I'm torn a bit because it's like there is an element that is the whole like survival thing gets wrapped up within like 3 days generally. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of everyone's established that they're sweet. Whereas this way, at least you guys got to figure this out. You've got to do something. But is it too restrictive? And now we are seeing that case of like, no, they're worse and getting like they're bad and getting worse.
Yeah, so like because I think the thing was they made it a shorter game, so they're like, oh, we need these people to starve more because it's a short. Because it's a shorter game, so you don't have that longer period of time where you're really struggling for food. There's challenges every couple of days. You can win stuff. So. In that sense, I think they were hoping that like, okay, this tribe wins and this tribe wins and everyone has a little bit of time without fire and it sort of mixes up. But that's not what happens. One team, it just is a disaster tribe and they absolutely fall away.
Here's a suggestion.
Hit me.
Pre-game, week-long fast. There you go. When they're hanging out in the hotels waiting to go on, hey guys, I'm not going to feed you for 3 days.
They
force them. Oh. So you pre-starve them. So then by the time they get to the island, they're already starved.
So
equally.
it's a production fast.
Yes.
It's a PF.
Not everything has to have an acronym. It's a production fast.
Hashtag everything has to have an acronym.
Everything has to have an acronym.
Someone figure out the acronym for that.
Obviously, the big thing we get to is Jake the snake.
Thank you so much. That was in my notes as well.
Good.
316.
What I find interesting, And is this a new era thing, this peeling back the curtain more and more fan service kind of thing?
Are we getting into the snake now? Are we going straight to snake?
Well, do you want to get into the snake? Because it's Blue Tribe.
Let's just do snake. So Jake the snake, he's on the beach. Now, I'm gonna bring you in a little secret now with it was a sea crate, right? We're loving our sea crates. I got information. They are genuinely ridiculously venomous.
Yeah.
Like out of control venomous.
Yeah.
But they are very docile and they don't attack. They're not very aggressive and they just chill out. They're if sort of threatened or like provoked or stepped on or kicked.
I see what you're saying.
I think Jake's the kind of person that'd be like, oh, look at this cool snake.
Don't
you think that?
No, I think Jake was trying to start a bromance with the snake, and the snake was not into it. He's like, we're just friends, relax.
The snake was like,
not in a gay way, not in a gay way.
The snake was like,
not in a gay
like
snake
that.
way.
Not like that.
I'm surprised that like it could get up to you that close. I guess if you're just lying back, chilling, having a rest, right?
But it was like on his foot. I don't know. I think you would notice if a snake comes over. Like
I don't
think you would sleep.
All I can think of is lying down on the beach with your eyes closed and the snake comes over. That's like all I can think of.
From its Wikipedia article, it says it will never approach people unless you're in the way.
Jake under the bus. I think the victim is at fault. I think Jake provoked this snake.
This poor little sea crate.
was going about his business.
They come on land to mate. So I don't know whether Jake had a toe ring on and confused the sea crate. Jake had a nipple ring, I think I saw when he had his top off. So he could have had a toe ring. So I don't know. But anyway,
we don't want to cast speculation. Again, always sucks when you have a medical situation like this.
100%. But I just want to mention the book. Alex brought up the book. We had the book as well. The book is available to you, and it goes through, and you can sit down off camera. You can go through, and you can say, "Oh, yeah,
available from all good bookstores,
all good bookstores in the jungles of Samoa." And it has little pictures of all the food. So if you find a berry or something, you can take it to the book, hold it up, and go, "Yep, is this okay?" Granted, if you're going to put it in your mouth, production's probably going to go,
yeah. But did you see the fruit that Alex and Jeremiah were eating? Did you see those out there? Did you taste one?
No, we didn't. I didn't see that. I don't know if that's well, we were in Samoa, they're in Fiji, so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Wrong countries.
Sorry, I thought they were filmed at the same spot.
No, they're not. But yeah, I shout out to the book because the books are real and they're on all survivors. Then we get Jake's in trouble, but then we get they still got time to get that chopper out to like do a zoom over of him. Wait, Jake, you got to wait for the chopper shot. Jake, can we hold for the chopper shot?
It is kind of interesting where like seeing production, like when he's on the stretcher and stuff back at med camp and the whole crew is like filming and all. It's like, I guess they're not in the way necessarily and they may as well film it, but it's like this weird juxtaposition of Jeff being like, we're taking every precaution, we're doing all this stuff, but also we're going to film it all. Like it is a strange dynamic where I feel like normally the medical stuff is just, they disappear and you never see them again, right?
Yeah, but they do a bit more of this now. They're showing the real dangers of it. I don't think I couldn't remember a time where they've had a snake bite before, like legitimately in the show. But Jeff is still talking to the camera when he's talking about Jake at one point when Jake's like delirious. He's like, so let's talk about Jake. And he's like, and Jake's right there. And he's just,
sorry, Jeff, can you keep it down a bit?
Yeah.
He's trying to rest.
Jake's writhing like a sea crate over there.
I did love Jeff coming and going like, I'm here for you. Like Jeff coming in like,
Papa Jeff. And Jeff, when he says to him, so it gets revealed that Jake's being pulled from the game because there's no way. It's the emotion. It's a dry bite. Dry bite. But he's getting pulled from the game because the emotional distress of being bitten is too much to be put back into the game, especially with no fire. And Jeff just says to him, he goes, Jake, I know you've just been bitten and I know you're emotional, but your dream has just been crushed and cut short. How do you feel? How do you think I feel, Jeff? I feel terrible. I feel absolutely terrible, Jeff. I don't know. The shoe bandit is gone, but not forgotten.
The shoes are safe.
Your shoes are safe. One thing I did think was strange, not strange, but again, we're on day 6, and Sophie says, like, he's the brother I never had. He's given me hugs when I need him and everything. I'm like, it's 6 days. I know it's heightened, But it's an emotional roller coaster.
Maybe because they're getting slammed, and you see a lot of that kumbaya from the other tribes that I think it really has, galvanized by fire. Really, like they've been really stuffed. The other thing I really enjoyed from Jake, which I don't think I've ever heard anyone call him this, but he said, "Thanks very much, Mr. Probst." And I was like, everyone just calls him Jeff. Like, why are you dropping Mr. Probst?
Mr. Probst,
like,
Mr. Probst. Like, yeah. No,
But
Jake the
sad, sad to see Jake go, because I did feel like he was in a good position. He had built good relationships. So it actually would have been interesting to see him go a bit further. Obviously, it seemed like a bit of a challenge, but he's big strength. So it would have been interesting. So it is a shame to see him go.
Yeah. So let's jump over to Yellow Tribe. So they're winning, they're cleaning up, they're winning every section. Like, what would this game be like if Jason wasn't there, though? Because he is the king of the puzzles. Like, because he wasn't meant to be out there, remember?
Yeah.
So he's just absolutely killing it. But they're talking about how they're eating well and everything. And then this is a warning sign when Jason says about, let's all go look for the Beware advantage together. We're a big tribe. Let's do it. I think he's being sincere in that, and that's a big warning sign for someone that I don't think has the balls to win this game. I think when he literally says, guys, we're going to do this together, let's go, and then he instantly cut to MC saying, I'm not like this, I'm going to lock something down with Stephen, we're going to be our own little group. And that seemed to have happened really quick. They're like a pair now.
Do you think that if Jason found it, he genuinely would share it?
Yes.
Yeah,
he strikes me as the kind of guy that does that. He just doesn't have that savviness. Yeah,
you don't think it's like a cover to be like,
no,
oh, look, I just want to feel comfortable looking for it, and not everyone's going to target me because I'm looking for it.
So there would be players that would go, I really want to find this thing, but I don't want to be targeted as the one looking. So let's all do it together. But I'm going to really hard. I don't think he's like that. I think he's genuinely like, let's do it together.
Do you think this is symptomatic of not having gone to tribal?
Yes, the kumbaya nature.
Yeah,
you don't have to turn on someone. You don't have to blow anyone up. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. The Beware advantage, and then what MC finds it and only tells Stephen about it.
Yeah.
And so they're tight, man.
But it is an interesting dynamic because Jason has called out that whole tribe search thing. If this information gets a bit wider, that could reflect poorly on MC to be like, hey, I thought we said we'd all share it. Or do you think if you're brought in with MC, you're like, sweet, we've got it? I think
you're looking for something to bond people. So if she tells you that, you go, this is great. She's chosen to tell me this. This shows me that we're actually really tight. Yeah. Then now there is a difference with this Beware advantage where it says that I didn't pick it up last week, but like we didn't talk about it last week. Sorry, but I heard about it that it actually says you have to lose the challenge to find
until you're going to tribal.
Yeah. So there was talk about whether Alex lost the challenge on purpose last week so he could get access to the idol. There was a bit of that. But then is this mechanic in place so the domineering tribe, there is an ability for them to go, you know what, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we lost, then I could get an idol. Like it could be in there to, again, stop this pagonging, stop this one tribe disaster. I don't know.
It's an interesting thought, like trying to build in checks around that kind of thing. You could see it. You could see it, I think. If you're like, well, it gets to that point. Often it gets to the point where the tribe's like, God, there's one annoying person. Can we just go to vote? Like normally there's someone like that, like a Rome or something that people are like, come on, like, oh, we got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, who was that in my season? I wonder who that was. No comment. So then this idea that maybe Yellow would throw, they didn't throw. Spoiler alert, Jason cannot stop doing puzzles. You put a puzzle in front of him, he's going to do it. Now, let's chat about Red Tribe for a second. So basically we've got the 4 versus 2. That seemed to be a big part of the breakdown.
The core 4 once again.
You could call them a core 4, I think. And we spent a lot of time with Sage, and I don't think this does not bode well for Sage. I feel like she's getting a bit of that. This is her little bit, and then she's going to be gone. She talked a bit about how she loses all her friends through school. They all ghosted her. This is not the game for you, Sage. If you're worried about losing friends and people turning on you, you're in trouble.
Well, at the classic end, not here to make friends. So
I'm
what are we doing?
I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to make friends.
For me, shades of Andy from 47. This kind of like, don't have any friends. No one really likes me. I'm on the outside. Or like,
no. Did anyone cheer when she opened a coconut?
I didn't see anyone cheering.
I didn't notice that, Josh. We'll have to figure that out.
I was quite pleased to see though between Joanne and Sage, like the awareness to be like, no one's been throwing out names to me. Is that you as well, or just me? Like, if they've clearly picked up on it.
if you're not hearing names, you're the name. That's a rule. That's locked in. If people aren't talking strategy, they're talking about you. So she realizes that aspect of it, but for some reason she didn't quite read the relationships, because she went to
Shannon.
She went to Shannon and she threw Savannah under the bus, not knowing how close they really were.
It's always the worst. When you see that, you're like,
risk,
oh,
man.
goddamn.
But see, why wouldn't you go, well, let's throw something at Nate. Let's throw something at Rizzo to the girls and see if like I can get that angle. Because you've got to be so sure if you're on the outs and there's a core four, that you're throwing the person under the bus that literally has the least amount of connections. But like, that's what you got to be sure of.
Should you not be asking the question to them? What's the vibe? Who are you thinking? And then if they give you like Joanne or something, you'd be like, okay, it is me and Joanne.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because that's what they would do, right? They would just tell you the other person on the outside, right?
They would just, that's, but if you want to get into that group or you want to replace someone else, like it's a good idea to try and get them thinking about someone in their group as maybe they're not the best person, but she just chose wrong. She just chose wrong. Because immediately they went to Savannah and just, and it's like, okay, and now I'm the target. I'm the target. So yeah. And then Rizzo found the where, didn't he?
He did. And then he gave his big little speech. So I think it's safe to say,
Rizzo, try something very cool.
by giving his little motivational speech of like, this isn't just for me, this is for everyone. And then we also saw him earlier, I think it was to Sage, giving her the advice of, you want my advice? You want my Sage advice? Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. And it's just funny, like these words of wisdom from a 25-year-old. It always feels so weird. You're like, I don't know, man. Come on.
It's like, come with me. Come with me.
If Nate's dropping those bombs, you're like, right on.
That's fine. Pick them up and run with them if Nate's dropping them.
Yeah.
But everyone else, not so much with these kids.
No.
Should we get to the challenge?
Oh, just quickly on Rizzo. So we heard him very clearly, like it was about the group search and he's like, this is for everyone. But then in his confessional was very much like, this is just for me. And I think that is always the attitude. Anytime it's a group, it's like, it's always going to end up with that individual. I don't think you can ever presume that they're going to use it in any valuable way for anyone else.
Can you imagine Jason having that same sort of confessional though? Being like, I said this, but it's actually just for me. This is all my. I can't imagine that. I think that's what it comes back to the seriousness.
It's a really good point. Yeah.
So we're in the challenge, and they tell. I love it how they waited to tell Blue Tribe that that Jake the Snake wasn't coming back because they wanted to see the emotion. They wanted to see them break down, Josh. They wanted to see them gutted at their lowest point. And so then they do the challenge. And they handed out Jake's last words as well.
Yeah, Jake's last words, which were very. I love it. Jeff was like, "No, bang on," and also the idea of dedicating the challenge to Jake and stuff. Like,
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Now these challenges, I'm going to just say this, Josh. All these challenges feel the same, and this is all new era. Like you run over something, you grab something, and then you do a puzzle. Like I want to be able to look at something and be like, "Oh, that was this challenge," or "That was this challenge," not that. Oh, this was the run or balance on something and then do a puzzle.
I don't mind it in terms of like, I like that because it has a bit of everything in it. I think there should be more physical roadblocks because I think what has happened, it just gets down to the puzzle. And I would prefer there's more of here's a physical one that you're really going to struggle with because you might make it up in the puzzle. So I think you want more of that. You've got the puzzle as a big roadblock for people who are not good at puzzles. You want a physical roadblock for people who aren't very physical. I think you need that.
The thing is, you need everyone to do the physical thing because what ends up happening is if you've got someone that's half physical, they'll do the physical part and then your puzzle makers can do the puzzle bit. And there's sort of, it doesn't matter. But if your weakest person has to do the strongest thing as well, then that's what can maybe borderline. But I still don't mind going back to, this is the puzzle where you had to tie all the things together and do something like, I don't know. They feel very samey. They just feel very samey.
I don't mind it because I like the idea of having a bit of everything. But like as an example, I really like the snake one. I think that's good, carrying the heavy snake.
Oh, Jake doesn't like the snake, right? Yeah, watch out, mate. Is that a crate? Is that a crate?
Is that a sea crate over there?
Sea crate?
I also, the other thing I want to touch, which I'd be really annoyed with as on Survivor at this point, I'd be like, I don't want to sit out challenges. Like, down to three people sitting out, half your tribe sitting out is really annoying.
Episode 3 and the majority of the players are sitting out.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, you just want to see everyone doing stuff. Is there a way you could do that you don't have to sit people out or not?
Well, it's not fair because then I don't know.
But is that an advantage then to be like, you guys are losing, so you have one or two less people to actually get through the thing? Because in that challenge,
No,
I could
that's
almost see it
interesting.
as like working out quite well, that it's not so imbalanced. It's like, no, it's an advantage to have less people in this challenge, and we're giving you that advantage because you're losing by so much.
See, that's a really interesting thing that they could bring in. That the challenge becomes easier the less people you have, because you don't have to wait for everyone to do it. That's interesting.
Give me a call.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Get him on the panel. Get him on the panel.
Now, we did hear, which we don't hear a lot, which I found interesting, the sit-outs being called out. So-and-so has to play because they sat out last time. We don't normally hear that. They mention it. But how much strategy are you putting into thinking about your sit-outs?
Yeah,
in terms of for the next challenge, though.
Yeah, we did heaps. So you go, okay, well, we need this person on for immunity. We don't really care about reward. Like in our particular one, we made sure. So I remember this very clearly. When Kel came over to our tribe, I was worried that she was going to try and throw the immunity challenge, right? So we made her play the reward.
Yes.
And me and Mark and someone else, I forget who, sat out of that particular one. So then we could sit her out of the immunity challenge so she couldn't throw it out. Yeah. So that you do think about that sort of stuff.
Is it hard though, because you're trying to predict what kinds of, like a water challenge, you know what I mean? Like who's
you just
uncomfortable
don't know.
in water, so you just got to base it on what you've in front of you.
Exactly. You just look at that and go like, you know what, this isn't my challenge. Or if you've got someone that's maybe you need someone to have a rest in it. But these challenges are all for immunity. We only have immunity challenges now.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Like it's immunity and reward at the same time. Like back in the day, you used to have separate challenges for everything. But the puzzle, it just comes down to the puzzle again, man.
I did.
Sophie was so self-defeating. She was like, come on, guys. Like, okay.
Well, they had a decent. They were up there again, and then it just sort of falls apart. You're like, oh man.
So
no good at puzzles.
I want to ask you this question, Josh. Was Nicole their puzzle person, and they cut her too early?
Could have been. So you could say they balanced the tribes.
I think maybe there might have been someone else. That, again, they're not eating, so their brain's not working as well. So puzzles do become harder. I remember that happening to me out there as well. But at the same time, like that first puzzle that she did, it wasn't really. It was hand-eye coordination, with the snaky thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, the snaky thing. The crate thing. And then that, to me, isn't a puzzle. That's hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of them since then have been legitimate puzzles.
Yeah.
So I do wonder whether Nicole... Yeah, that's
the good.
To think about.
The good thing I did like about this puzzle, they were the different colors for the teams, so you didn't have that quite. You couldn't cheat as easily.
Yes,
which I thought
as
was
easily.
quite good.
Yeah. And then of course, as usual, blue tribe loses, yellow tribe Jason wins. Nothing unusual.
We get a catch cry from Rizzo. Move like butter, baby.
Yeah,
so,
I did not hear that. I did not
hear
that.
Move like butter, baby.
That's ridiculous. And then Jeff just says such a somber celebration of silence of just like, yep. Okay.
The line right towards the end of the challenge that I loved was Jeff's going, I'd like to remain optimistic, but that would be foolish. It's like so good. I'm like, you guys are stuffed. You guys
like
are
I
so
don't
stuffed.
even, because there was it sort of looked okay, and then there was one wide shot, and you saw where they actually were at, and it's just like, oh no, this ain't no good.
It was really interesting though to have that kind of celebration, and I think, as you were saying before, having them all reveal on the map that Jake's gone, like it really heightened it for everyone to be like, oh man, we're really dominating these guys. But yeah, it's brutal.
That's the game. And then, so now we're down to Blue Tribe Scramble.
Let's call it what it is, Eden. We're down to the final three.
It's the final three.
We're in the final three. Very early in the game to be final
Jake
three.
the Snake's last final words of "you guys be the final three" instantly.
Instantly true.
It's instantly done.
But I did find this really interesting because it is like a final three scenario where they're making these choices about who I'm going to go with.
So, well, Alex has won the final immunity, so he can't be voted for. He's got his idol, and then he has to decide which way to go.
Yeah.
Now, is there any part of you that isn't playing your idol in this situation?
I think you just have to, because I think you just go, I don't think the risk is worth it. There's a lot to talk about here, actually. I had quite a few questions for you.
Yeah, okay.
So I think you just have to play it. I don't think there's any way that you trust the other person. I think
not at this point, no.
The really interesting point for me is if you're Jeremiah and Sophie and you'll say, we're going to vote for Alex, say he plays the idol, he's defended, if you're the person that survives that and you voted for him, how much does that stuff up your relationship as a duo going forward?
That stuffs it up. I think that once you go to a merge or some sort of situation, it's got to be like you're no longer a two. I don't think. I think it's like, well, I don't really trust her. I don't really trust him.
Yeah,
he voted for. You could make the argument of, but I had to do it. But then again, he'll just turn around and be like, well, no, I voted Jeremiah out. You didn't have. Because I thought we were together. So I think it really does break trust in that situation. What I would have done, so obviously Sophie and Jeremiah wanted to sort of fake out Alex and make sure he doesn't play his idol. I think that the argument there is, I'm 100% with you, Alex, and if you and me are going to survive this game, we need your idol. We need it because it becomes a 50-50 vote between us, and that we can play it however we want it.
Isn't that sus though? Doesn't that come off as sus if they're telling you that you're going, oh, okay.
Oh, well, Josh, everything comes up sus, mate.
Yeah, okay.
Everything is sus. I'm just thinking legitimately, you get him thinking about how beneficial an idol would be in a situation where we go to a merge or we go to a tribe swap or something like that. And
I think,
if there's only one of us left.
To be honest, to me, that is a pretty compelling argument you could make to him from a logical standpoint. I think if you're Sophie or Jeremiah, you probably go, I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of Alex. I'm going to fight for my life, which we saw Sophie do.
Yep.
That you could tell him, it is more valuable for me to remain in this game with you with an idol than it is to remain with someone without an idol. Yeah.
You don't go to him and say, hey, Alex, don't play your idol because it's really good to keep it and you'll have it. Because he's like, well, you're just telling me not to play your idol. You set it up as what is going to benefit us in this game.
Yeah.
There's no point in me turning on you because you can play your idol, you could do whatever. For me, it's way better if we're a unit and we've got an idol. This is my way forward.
So do you think then for Jeremiah and Sophie, it should have been like, regardless of the conversation they have together, should they both be thinking it's all about Alex? I have to pitch myself to Alex above everything else.
I think those two. I think you'd be silly if you didn't vote for each other in that situation.
I think when it gets down to it, those kind of situations, I think you just have to be like, I don't really have a choice here. This is the way the wind's blowing. I'm going to convince him to take me.
You know what would have been interesting, though, what I thought that Sophie could have done is if you convince... So you're not sure what Alex is going to do, right? You're not sure if he's going to use idol or whatever. And you talk to Jeremiah. You're like, me and you are locked in, Jeremiah. So then what could happen? We could get in a situation where Jeremiah votes Alex because that's what he thought they were going to do. Alex votes Sophie. And then Sophie votes Jeremiah, and they're all three, and Alex doesn't use his idol, and then you re-vote, and then like Alex and Alex, Sophie, and Jeremiah could like whatever combination you could go to Jeremiah, you could Sophie go like, oh, we can get Alex out now, let's do that.
So you can't play your idol on a re-vote.
You can't play your idol on a re-vote.
Yeah, right.
And then you could explain because that saves Sophie every time if she betrays Jeremiah in that sense.
That's really interesting. That's very
because
funny.
if she goes with Jeremiah and Alex uses his idol and she votes for him, she goes home, right?
Yep.
And so every day of the week to back that up, if she votes Jeremiah, then it's a 3-way tie. Or if Alex uses his idol, it's a 1-on-1 tie. And then in the re-vote, Jeremiah might get angry and be like, "Why'd you vote for me?" And then it bounces off, but you got a chance. I don't know. It was an interesting conundrum, but I think you always vote for each other in that sense.
I think so.
You just can't trust.
Yeah, and I don't think if you're in Alex's position, you can roll the dice on that. The other question I wanted to ask you is, in terms of Alex being untethered from Jake now, do you think that is good or bad for his game going forward?
I think it's
he
good.
was being seen as a little threatening pair,
I actually think it's really good. I think it's a second wind. I think it's an opportunity to play your own game again. It's very rare in Survivor where you get a second like opportunity at something. Like usually when you make a mistake, you get voted out and you go home. Now, if you're like ride or die gets voted out, sometimes that is like, okay, I'm not playing someone else's game anymore. I'm playing my game. I'm just going to do this by myself. I'm not tied to discussing things with everyone and breaking everything down. So it could be a second win for Alex coming into this next section. Yeah, for sure.
And just to wrap it up, it was really interesting, I think, the difference in play between Sophie and Jeremiah. And we did have Sophie Spy Shack, which I was very happy with.
Yes.
Listening from the bushes. And I think that might have swayed her to be like, oh, I really need to go a bit harder here. I think
so.
I think it made her realize that, oh, no, there's the exact same conversation happening over there. Not that I don't necessarily trust Jeremiah, but like I just need to look out for myself. So I think that might have also been the difference for Jeremiah. They didn't have that extra insight on what is Alex saying about me on the other side. I definitely need to look out for myself here.
Yeah, I also don't think she should have in tribal council said to Alex like, oh yeah, like he could be bluffing. Like she did talk up bluffing a lot. And I'm like, if you're voting with him,
yeah, that's true.
Like don't bring that up. Just let him sit on that and go like, okay, I'm feeling confident with Sophie. Let's move forward.
Yeah. It's like I'm voting with you, so if he plays it or not, it doesn't matter. Like whatever.
Yeah, Jeff was really trying to work that. Now, I just want to take a moment here, Josh, because we are now down to an iconic tribe that's down to just 2 people.
Yes.
Can you name me the other tribes and people where it also got down to 2 people? Come on, this is old school Survivor, Josh. You should know some of these people.
I don't think it's right, but I'm going to say Vanuatu, but I don't think that's right.
That is
Panama, maybe?
Oh, close.
I feel like
you're around that area.
Yeah.
You're around that area.
Was one of them? No, it wasn't Russell. Wasn't like Russell's first. He wasn't in. He didn't.
No.
They didn't get into 2, did they? No.
No, you're thinking around Palau.
Palau. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of Palau, and you're thinking of
Palau.
Steph Lagrosa and Bobby John.
Oh,
remember
that's right.
Remember
yeah.
Oolong. They got down to 2, and then they literally went to fire. Steph beat Bobby John in fire, and then she, for the first time, they never had a merge. She just joined the other tribe.
That's right. Yeah.
And then they got brought back the next season as captains in Guatemala because they got done.
Right. Yeah,
Bobby John and
my memory of Guatemala is stronger for them.
Yeah, with those 2. Yeah. And then we had the classic duo down to 2 people. The Philippines. It's Malcolm and Denise.
Oh, were they the last 2?
I
love
was
Malcolm
become
and
known.
Denise.
I love Malcolm and Denise. That was such a good pairing. That's the intentional Matt Singh. You burn your tribe, you get down to 2, and then you guys become a really tight 2, and then you play the other groups off against each other. And that was they were classic. And then in season 41, we had Sean and Ricard in the U tribe. They got down to 2 people as well.
What's the common? Wait, is it normally there's a merge, or do they get subsumed normally?
Well, Steph and Bobby got down to just Steph, and then the others, it ended up, one of them went to, Malcolm and Denise, one of them went to each tribe.
That's what I was thinking would make the most sense.
And then Sean and Ricard, I think there was a tribe swap.
Okay.
Or a merge. I think they got to merge.
Yes,
and then they
mix it up a bit. Yeah.
But they're the other iconic ones.
I'd like to see a little split off of like, you go here, you go here.
That would be good. That would be really good. So that's it. That's anything else we want to talk about, Josh?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's pretty good.
It's shaping up. Again, you're just waiting for the other tribes to play, see where those battle are. I think we kind of know what the core 4s are, but like you kind of just want to see some tension amongst the others.
It's not a great start. It's just one tribe getting decimated. I want to see the other guys go to tribal council. I want to see things happen. Josh, who spun and grun today?
Who spun and grun?
Spinning Red.
Is it maybe Jason because he's just been dominating the challenge? And we even heard him like, no, I got this. Like someone's trying to give him feedback on the puzzle. No, it's all good. I got this.
Maybe we give it to Jason. I didn't love his let's go all look for the idol. Okay. MC created something with Stephen and she found the beware. Yeah.
That's
so maybe
That's
MC.
Yeah.
Maybe MC's up there.
Maybe MC
Red Tribe, no one really. Rizzo, but
he's found something.
I think maybe MC. Maybe
go for MC for
Spinning Red.
And who ruffled some feathers, Josh?
It was to Russell Feathers.
Sorry.
I think it's very obvious this week, Eden. I think it's the secret.
It's the secret.
The secret.
The secret
with
gets
the dry
the points.
bite. It's coming in.
This is like a Cluedo episode. It was the secret with a dry bite on the beaches of Fiji. There you go. Cluedo solved. What a way to end the episode.
Should we give a little mini real one, maybe Soph for the Spy Shack. Maybe we'll give a little.
Maybe Soph to the
Russell
fire. Yeah, Soph for the fire.
Soph.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Well, next week someone different will go home, hopefully, from a different tribe.
Yes, we'll mix it up a
This
bit
is what
next
we're
time.
hoping for. But until then, please like and subscribe.
If you want to catch up with everything, subscribe to the channel. We've got socials as well on Instagram. If you want to follow along, we're looking to get to 500 on YouTube, so it'd be great.
Yeah, I want to get to at least 500 on this season. Come on,
It'd be great.
Come on,
It'd be great.
It'd
Let
be
your friends know.
Let's keep it going.
Otherwise,
That's it,
see you next time.
guys. See you next time. Bye.